Yeah, somebody send me the link.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Resident Evil Showcase. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is going to be an awesome event. They're going to be showing off gameplay, making new announcements. My name is JJ, and today I am joined by Row Team member Corey.
Hey, guys.
Row Team member Ali.
What's up, everyone?
Row Team member Tony.
Hey, buddy, how we all doing today?
And Row Team member Baggy.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Bag.
All right, so this is going to be a fun day. So just to kind of recap, let you guys know what's going on. This is a multi-stream event. So we are currently streaming this to the Residents of Evil on YouTube, youtube.com/Row Network. And a huge shout out to G Fuel for allowing us to also stream this to their official Twitch account, G Fuel, or twitch.tv/G Fuel Energy. So thank you so much, G Fuel. This is also sponsored by them. So if you guys purchase any G Fuel products for a limited time, you can get up to 30% off on all products by using code ROE, R-O-E, at checkout. So they bumped that up for us today. So huge shout out to them. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, we're going to be watching the event live, giving our reactions with you guys. And then we are going to be getting into a discussion breakdown after the event, discussing what's revealed, what we see. It's going to be like a mini podcast. So it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a big event for everybody. So thank you so much. Let's give a shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Corey from Row with 100 bits on the Twitch. Thank you so much, Corey. Bit from Lucat Life Studios. Thank you so much. And then Eric Wage with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Eric. He says, if they announce a Resident Evil Classic 1 to 3 in higher def for next gen, I'd be so happy. I think we can all agree that if they brought back the original games to the new generation of consoles, we'd all be very happy. But I'm really excited to see gameplay finally from Resident Evil Village. It's been a while since we just got little snippets here and there, but now we're going to actually be getting full gameplay. So I'm super excited. What do you guys, we'll start with you, Ali. What are you most excited to see from today's event?
I think the same. I want to see the gameplay. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the RE engine. I've said that I loved the way RE7 felt as I played it. So I'm excited to see how that's going to transfer into this new setting with new enemy types. And that's another thing, the enemy types. I really want to see I'm hoping there's a good amount of variation. We could see some good different styles of monsters, different types as far as how they act and flow. Are they fast? Are they bullet sponges? I want to see what we're going to be going up against.
Yeah, I completely agree. From what we got those glimpses in that teaser they released, we got a look at what appears to be witches, wolfmen, big giant Sam Squinch. We got the big lady that everybody was talking about. She's like the new Mr. X. So we got a good look at, a good variety, but I'm excited to see what else this game's going to have. How about you, Tony? What are you excited to see from this event?
I'm actually, I want to see, honestly, gameplay is what we're going to be expecting from first person. I'm actually really interested to see more about the characters that they have shown off, because they're kind of like the characters of Resident Evil 7, right? Like, we all got hooked on all the characters from RE7 that we saw, like the Baker family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a huge deal. And I kind of feel like they're really putting a lot into these characters. And I really hope that that's what we see, a lot of interaction between all of them and such,
I second that too.
For sure.
I want to make a note on that real quick. Going from previous entries where it felt like the villains were becoming very stale and repetitive and just no character development, they were just the bad guy because they did this thing. I liked, like you're saying, Tony, in 7, the Baker family felt more real. I felt connected to them, and I felt more for them as being turned from good people into these monsters. Like you said, I do hope that carries over. I hope the characters we get to see are very interesting and in depth, like they were in 7.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
For sure, they did a great job with that. What about you, Beggy? What are you looking forward to?
There's a lot of things, honestly. I'm kind of a stickler for what went not wrong in RE7, but what I would prefer to have been improved greatly. And one of those things, in presentation-wise, is cutscenes. Now, looking at all the trailers from Resident Evil Village so far, I feel like there is going to be a nice, ample amount of cutscenes that are going to drive the story along. I don't think that the way that they presented a lot of the story and the happenings of RE7 was very fitting to Resident Evil, in my opinion.
Okay.
Even when you see, boss battles happen, you see all of these different character events go down. a legitimate cutscene where it kind of takes you a little bit away from what's going on there to present some of the storyline and the plot elements. I think that's like really important. And I feel like RE7 introduced a lot of newer mechanics at the same time, and I don't feel like those meshed very well. Now looking at the cutscenes that were in the trailers, I think they are catching on to that, and they're going back to that kind of classic style of telling the story through very beautiful kind of pre-rendered cutscenes. I think that's a huge deal. Soundtrack is another big thing. I think that music was very lacking in 7. And I think that like besides the save room theme, besides like a couple of
that save room theme was fire. I really like 7 save room.
Yeah, 7 save room is like.
It is beautiful, yeah. But yeah, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for a lot of variants in the enemies, which is another thing that RE7 didn't have a whole lot of. They had like a lot of different versions of the molded. They had the Baker family and all the bosses that they would turn into. But in terms of actual enemy variety that can come out and attack you at any moment, they really need to build on that. And I love this big hairy beast man. By the way, the fact that he is able to magnify his size aligns with his, inspiration being along the lines of the Leshy quite well.
Like the video you had put out on the ROE YouTube channel actually discussing that.
Yes, so that actually would make perfect sense if he was able to magnify his size, and it feels like there are multiple creatures that are capable of shape-shifting, growing bigger, all that kind of stuff. So all of it's very exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree with a lot of what you said there. Soundtrack, having these cutscenes back. I absolutely love the cutscenes and stuff from the classics to the newer age. To have that back, I think that would be fantastic. And enemy variety, you guys both kind of brought that up. I actually really enjoyed Resident Evil 7. I'm looking forward to the continuation. But I would have to say that the enemy variety was sort of lacking in the last one. So I'm really looking forward to see the newer enemies, how much of a variety we have in this one. How about you, Corey? What are you most looking forward to?
I mean, that was a good one I was going to say as well.
Was it just the enemies?
Variation? Yeah. I mean, all the molded, I don't know, they all kind of blended together.
Yeah, so everything I've seen so far, I'm excited for, but I'm surprised none of you guys brought it up. The thing I'm looking forward to seeing the most is Chris Redfield. Now they're portraying him to be the bad guy. I personally don't think that he is. I think his intentions are good, but he comes off as this character that looks like he's gone AWOL or crazy, but I think his intentions are good. I'm looking for, and I'm very happy that he actually looks like the Chris Redfield we know from Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6. The fact, I want to see his story. I want to see what he's doing. Why did he shoot potentially Mia in the face, which we all know that was basically Mia? Why is he acting out of character? And
we know why.
What's that?
We know why. She was horrible in RE7. He's doing Ethan a favor.
That's harsh.
I am surprised that they're still together after all that. Like, you cut my arm off. I don't think, and not only that, it was my ring hand. Like, there's no coming back from that. That's pretty much, we're done. We severed this connection.
Literally.
And, I hope Todd gets some time to shine as a character, as Ethan. At least that's what I'm assuming, because he didn't. If he is back, but Ethan in general as a character in 7 didn't have a lot of character development. I felt he was kind of bland in the long run, because again, he is a surrogate for us as a player to be in there. But I hope, talking about cutscenes, if Todd is back as Ethan, I hope to give Todd some time to really play with the character and give him some personality. And like I said, give us cutscenes. 7, all the cutscenes were through the player's perspective, because it's first person. But if they pull you out of it into a cutscene, like, I don't need to always be in the cutscene. We can see what the enemies are doing off somewhere else.
Yeah,
more cinematic, basically.
Yeah, make it cinematic, exactly.
Yeah, I want to just shout out T61888. Yes, we do see the chat, and what we're going to be doing is throughout our discussion, sort of in between discussions, we're going to be chatting with you guys, seeing what you guys are looking forward to, and just kind of getting your thoughts. We got a lot of people in both, so thank you guys all so much for coming to hang out with us. I like how Penguin said, use code Penguin for 0% off G Fuel. Code ROE, 30% off today.
We're actually at 900 people watching us right now.
Yeah, and over on Twitch too. We got a good. Thank you guys. I love that that G Fuel allowed us to do this multi-event, like as if this event wasn't going to be big enough as it is to like have dual hosting. Like this is awesome. So thank you guys all, and to all of our new viewers over on G Fuel. Thank you so much. What I should probably explain to them sort of what we do if they don't know us, but we have the Residents of Evil. It's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. We're all over the place, but basically we are huge Resident Evil fans. We have a podcast where we discuss the games and news. We keep up with all the latest Resident Evil news. We speculate theories. We interview the voice actors. We interview the face models. We go out to do conventions. So we just did PAX South last year, where we did a panel with Nick Apostolidis, the mocap actor and voice of Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil 2 remake. So yeah, just so kind of a brief introduction. And so thank you so much, G Fuel, for offering us to host this.
We do it.
What's that?
We do it.
We do it. We do it. So I'm going to read these super chats real quick, and then I'm going to get into some of the other things that Resident Evil has officially announced that may be at this event. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to Cat Shark, our favorite Cat Shark, with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, I'm looking forward to seeing JJ and Corey play RE8. Oh, we're all going to be playing it. That's going to be, we can't wait. Kevin Nava with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, had a chat with Peter Fabiano on Twitter. Oh, that's the producer. Nothing bad, but putting my voice out there so they can hear a respectful criticism. That's always good. Be respectful about or constructive. Someone has to speak up. FBI. Oh God, the FBI is here with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, the more details out on 8, the more scared I get. Need to return to the roots. Some people might think that this, and I can see it from both sides. As a longtime fan of the series, this does look vastly different. The reason why I'm so excited for it is because it looks like vastly different as far as their Victorian sort of goth winter village theme. I'm excited to check this new sort of environment out with these new characters and stuff like that. As far as the enemies and stuff, so it makes me interested.
Yeah.
And then Courage with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, do you think we'll get a Smash Bros character reveal?
Right.
Why not?
Yes.
Sandwich and Smash Brothers.
Chris Redfield Smash.
Yeah, Chris Redfield will just use a boulder punch and destroy everybody.
That's his final smash.
I just want to see Boulder show up as a playable character.
The Boulder.
Boulder's in the next entry.
I'm surprised nobody's ever modded like Chris Redfield to be like a stone in like Resident Evil 5 or something or 6.
That actually is surprising. I think
exists.
I've just seen that somebody modded in Resident Evil 1. The boulder that rolls after you is Chris Redfield. So that's great. And then Killian says here, I'm looking forward for more Ethan to talk more. I think we're all kind of hoping that we get more character building with Ethan. Now, Resident Evil, the developers had said that they wanted to put you in Ethan's shoes. They wanted you to feel like him. So the reason why he doesn't talk or react as much is because they want you to feel like you are there, which I totally understand. Don't get me wrong, that can be done right. But for Resident Evil, they have these iconic characters. Either you love them or you hate them, but they have very big personalities that you remember. And I felt like I appreciate what they were doing with Ethan, but I think with 8, I think the fans have all kind of said that we want more character from him. We want him to interact more and get behind him. What do you guys think about that?
Honestly, the presentation of Ethan and Mia in 7 was often compared to like NPCs. They almost don't look like their aesthetic alone was even meant to be a main character. That's why, like, because I understand the appeal of them stepping aside for the Baker family to have the spotlight. That's all like fine and good. But the problem, or not the problem, the inconsistency with Resident Evil is that all of these mainline characters need to be, kind of more deeply invested in the core storyline. And I feel like files wise, in terms of the actual direction of like Ethan and Mia, like what significance they have to the plot, when all of that is lacking at the same time that you introduce these new mechanics of first person, not really having cutscenes, all of those at the same time are kind of being very divisive of the community. So I feel like Capcom has adapted very well to this before. So I feel like they will kind of try to hash out Ethan more. One of the devs from the TGS event was talking about how it actually focuses on the story of Ethan. They were focusing on his art and his new character look. All that looks very good so far.
That's good. Yeah, definitely. So they are putting more attention into that. I definitely like that. Penguin says, I got my G Fuel order yesterday. I've tried 2 flavors. So far, Banana Mama is kind of like the tropical Sour Patch Kids, but I'm not a huge fan of the Raging Gummy Fish. I hear a lot of good things about the Raging Gummy Fish. That's one of my next ones to try. But I definitely recommend the Nemesis tea. If you like tea, it's delicious. But my new favorite is the spicy Demonade, the Doom one. It's lemonade with cayenne pepper. You don't taste the cayenne pepper. It's just spicy. I love it. And then we got a few super chats here. real quick before we get into more of what's potentially going to be shown here. And I apologize. I don't want to miss anybody. Kuhn Cannon with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Kuhn. He says, glad I was able to catch us. We're glad to have you here, Kuhn. Eric Saul with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Eric. He says, does Tall Lady have an OnlyFans asking for a fellow simp? Oh, I'm sure she'd get a ton of signups.
Trust me, I'm sure there's a couple of cosplayers out there who are already on that, so don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. YVSL with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, classic RE2 and RE3 Switch, maybe. That's genius, dude. I just got my Switch back. It bricked. I sent it in and got fixed. Just got it back. I would absolutely love to play 2 and 3 on that. That would be amazing. And then Mr. Nice Chai coming in with a $100 super chat. Holy crap, dude. Thank you so much. Let's all give it up for Mr. Nice Chai. He says, let's get this party started. Row Squad. Woo. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you. That is huge. Please give it up to Mr. Nice Chai. Kuhn getting with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Again, Kuhn says, to be honest, Corey is an unlockable. Be honest, Corey is an unlockable character in Resident Evil 8, isn't he?
That'd be, yeah.
Don't ruin the surprises. Holy crap. And then Yanko with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Yanko. Please give it up for Yanko. What's up, Row Team? I'm super excited for the future Resident Evil, as well as everyone here in chat. Can't wait to see what the announcement is going to be about. Hopefully, Resident Evil 4 remake. Ooh. Actually, that moves us into our next topic then. Aside from Resident Evil Village, which we're all very excited to see, Capcom has announced a Resident Evil movie reboot, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which is their animated series on Netflix, CG series, I should say. And they also just did beta signups for a unknown 4 to 6 player multiplayer game, which some are speculating, I don't know if there's any proof on this, that it could be tied in with Resident Evil Village. So with that said, and then leading up to what Yanko said here, potentially, now this has been heavily alluded to last year and we have heard nothing since, and it's just a rumor, but the rumor says that Capcom could be working on a Resident Evil 4 remake. So Corey and I were actually discussing this in our last live stream. We said, wouldn't it be crazy if H came out with Resident Evil 4 on a screen and did the We Do It again? And then we said that it would be even crazier if Shinji Mikami came out with the We Do It shirt. That would blow my mind. Shinji Mikami is the original producer of Resident Evil 4. But yeah, so what do you guys, aside from Resident Evil Village, start with you, Ali, what are you looking forward to seeing the most between the movie, the Infinite Darkness, and the potential multiplayer game for Village?
Nothing specific. I just kind of want to see anything at this point. I would like to see some more development as far as maybe we can get... I mean, if the movie just wrapped, we're not going to probably see anything from that for at least a few more months.
Yeah.
But maybe this Infinite Darkness thing could give us a little more details. We only got that little teaser. This weird multiplayer game they're talking about has me really interested in what it's going to be. Because Capcom is so very hit or miss on some of their multiplayer games, especially when it involves Resident Evil. Actually, pretty much, because obviously Street Fighter aside.
Yeah.
They haven't had the best success with their multiplayer Resident Evil titles. If it works within the Resident Evil 8 engine or timeline, could it be a first-person style multiplayer experience? Maybe we're going to get that Resident Evil Battle Royale we've always been asking for.
Yeah, no, God.
No,
we don't want a Resident Evil Battle Royale.
No.
So it's a joke just to anybody from Capcom watching this.
It'll be like a zombie mode from other games. It's like,
yeah,
it's already Resident Evil, so...
How about you, Tony?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were...
No, it's like I don't have any really thing specific. I'm just here for the ride.
Okay. Tony, what are you excited for besides...
honestly, the thing I'm most excited for is Infinite Darkness. I really love the CGI movies. And yes, my favorite is Vendetta. I know it's stupid and over the top, but I loved everything about that. And seeing it on the big screen was amazing. So I really want to see what they do with Infinite Darkness. The 2 characters have already been announced for it. You know, they're fan favorites. We want to see more of those 2. And I just hope that what happened to Claire in Degeneration doesn't happen in Infinite Darkness. I don't want her to get sidelined again.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, she definitely is a main character, one of the most beloved in the series. I want to see them both have equal amounts of screen time, or as long as it's written with the story. But yeah, we don't want to see anybody get sidelined. What about you, Baggy? What are you excited for?
We were talking about earlier that the first original kind of games in the series could be brought back to Switch or some other platform.
Yeah.
I think that's really an amazing idea, just for the newcomers to the series to kind of see where it started. I know there's a huge influx of people that came in with, 4, 5, 6, even 7 that don't really have any easy way to kind of access those earlier titles in the series. And I feel like that would help a lot, you know? I feel like some people are, you know, probably the larger majority of the crowd that experiences those actiony titles first, the later games in the series. They are kind of, you know, maybe they might be turned off by the camera angles or some other feature of the originals. Plus the fact that all of them were remade, you know, in that sense.
Yeah.
But there is a certain charm to it that a lot of the older, more veteran kind of fans of the series really like. And seeing them more accessible, maybe even sometime on Steam in some sense, maybe making RE2 and RE3 original accessible, that would be really big for the community. So something like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because right now my definitive way to play those is with the GameCube, and if you have a PC and you have the Dolphin emulator, it smoothens them up. But to get official releases through Steam or Switch or even consoles of the Resident Evil original collection, I think that would for so many people that don't know who, well, they know Leon Claire now from the remakes, and they know Jill and Carlos from the remakes, but just to go back and see where it all started, I think that would be great for all newer fans and fans of old like me, boomer Resident Evil fan here that just wants to play them again on new consoles.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of accessibility, because not a lot of people want to deal with emulation. They don't want to deal with finding older consoles and older copies of the games. Those are all kind of like little hurdles, barriers to entry that don't necessarily need to exist, given how much all of these ports are happening every single year.
Yeah. So. No, for sure.
I played the other day GTA San Andreas Vice City. I bought the upgraded cleaner graphic version of the original games they re-released on like the PS4 and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so painful to play.
Oh, because they're so dated as far as the mechanics. They can make the graphics look as good as possible, but the mechanics are still dated. And if they re-release the Resident Evil original collection, we'd run into that.
But you know, we still play the originals all the time, and the originals still feel good. Like I still enjoy the controls work fine, but those ones, man, they are so difficult to get into.
The helicopter flying mission in Vice City. Oh yeah,
I still love the older Grand Theft Autos too. But I just want to let Novia here know this. They say this game only out on PC. No, actually, Resident Evil Village has been confirmed for PS5, the new Xbox Series X, and PC. They have not made. They said that they will consider past generation Xbox One and PS4, but they're focused on next gen. So if the next gen, if it hinders the experience in next gen, they may not. But they may talk about it during this event. So definitely stay tuned for this event. I'm sure they'll touch on it. And
we don't want another Cyberpunk issue.
Yeah, we don't want a new hardware trying to play, or old hardware trying to play new games it wasn't optimized for.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick is in standby. You want me to go ahead and bring him in?
Oh, sure. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
We got a minute, so
I can set up here real quick. Does somebody want to read the super chats while I set up for 5 screens?
Do that you guys do that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Switch over here and set up for 5. You guys just hang on a second.
For anybody wondering, Nick Apostolides, the voice and mocap actor for Leon Kennedy in the Resident Evil 2 remake, is actually going to be joining us for this discussion. We're going to you're going to see some screens moving around. Don't worry, nothing's going wrong. We are just adapting for another video capture. And then...
Actually, yeah. Like I need to go back to the scene anyways to adjust for him.
Okay, I'm going to go through these super chats. FBI, $5 super chat. RE8 mod with JJ and Corey replacing Ethan and Mia. Corey gets shot by Chris and JJ's why? Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
What's going on? Everybody say hello to Nick Apostolides.
Do you have a cam, Nick, or no?
Well, I was just gonna join the audio just for right now.
We'll switch right back then.
Yeah, that's fine. That means we don't have to adjust too much. Cool.
Nice.
1 minute, guys. Holy shit!
I know.
Yeah.
Oh god! I gotta adjust fast.
Really quick, Tenshi, I got off early because I thought this started at 2 p.m. Central. Oh well, I'm hella excited. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tenshi, for a $20 super chat.
Welcome to the
Thank you for the super chat, my friend.
The stream.
39 seconds.
30
this
seconds
is gonna
left.
Be big. This is gonna be awesome. I'm very excited.
One more, an ordinary sim racer with €5. Do you think they will announce a remake for the original 3 in their original form? That's like a really slim possibility just because it was remade in full form and people are already developing all these textures and mods for the original anyway to make it look better. But we'll see. Thank you so much.
talking about. I kind of hope we get a Resident Evil racing game.
There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah.
I could hear.
There we go,
the
guys.
sound.
It's happening.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh,
Greta.
there it goes. Let me turn that up.
Mega Man Legends 3.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to Resident Evil Showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Rombacher, here to give you a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident Evil franchise. We'll be kicking things off with some brand new content and an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village
gameplay that you do not want to miss.
Holy crap.
Without further ado, let's get started.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's like a double audio.
Hey now. Positively, all right? We talked about this.
I know. We hardly talk about anything else.
This has an echo in it.
Herald's danger. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Wicked Witch much?
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
Oh, looks good. Ooh, holy crap! Dude!
Graphics.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Whoa! Whoa! Holy crap!
That was wild. Already.
Damn.
That's nuts.
Holy crap!
That was wild. Already.
All right, guys.
What?
Audio.
Oh,
Why are you?
That was amazing, but I still have
Whoa.
so many
Damn.
questions. Like, when can I pre-order this thing? Perhaps producer Pete Fabiano has some answers for us. Let's see what he has to say.
I think I'm picking up your echo, JJ.
Hey everyone, I'm Pete Fabiano, producer on Resident Evil Village. When we first announced Resident Evil Village back in June, we only mentioned PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. I'm happy to announce we've been working hard to bring the survival horror experience onto current generation consoles as well. Resident Evil Village will also be coming to
it's from Nick. Never
PlayStation
mind.
4 and Xbox One, day and date with next gen. The PS4 version can be upgraded for free
oh, nice.
to the digital PS5 version. And the Xbox One version gives you free access to the game on Xbox Series X through Smart Delivery. It's also my pleasure to tell you exactly when you can get your hands on the game. Resident Evil Village will be available worldwide on May 7th, 2021, with pre-orders kicking off today.
Nice.
May, okay.
Alongside the standard edition, we have a few other options for
Oh,
you.
here we go.
First, we have the Digital Deluxe Edition, available on all platforms. Players will be able to heighten their survival horror experience with extra content, including in-game items that call back to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. There's also a collector's edition for consoles that includes all the deluxe edition content, as well as a striking figure of Chris Redfield, a steelbook case, poster, and art book. And for those of you who haven't played the previous entry, we have the Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Bundle. This lets you get your hands on the award-winning RE7 while you wait for Resident Evil Village. Pre-order any of these editions, and you'll be able to get your hands on both the Mr. Raccoon weapon accessory and their survival resource pack, which will offer additional support during the first few hours of gameplay. Finally, digital pre-orders from the PlayStation Store will receive an exclusive Resident Evil Village mini soundtrack.
Kind of physical.
All right, I've been waiting for this. I know you've been waiting for this. It's time for the world premiere first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay. Alongside this first look, we have Pete Fabiano back to offer some insights as well. Let's take a look.
Now we're here to give you an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay. Just like in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, you'll be taking control of Ethan Winters. You'll make your way from the village to the castle. Players will need to get in and search for their kidnapped daughter. As you've noticed by now, Resident Evil Village keeps the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
And that looks pretty.
Looks damn good.
You'll see a lot of those little details come to life here. The team put a ton of effort into creating a truly authentic feel. From art design to technology, everything ties in great and creates some beautiful visuals. Now it's time to meet some of the castle denizens. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really what's in store for Ethan.
Ooh!
Man blood.
Oh!
Now, let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Shifting gears a bit, we're finally going to show off some combat. It's not just about shooting. Guarding will also be an important part of the game.
The thing I never do in games.
Each type of enemy has their own distinct way of fighting.
Whoa.
So you'll need to change up your strategy to defeat them. Everyone knows what to do with red barrels, right? Some of you will remember a similar management system in Resident Evil 4. This time around, we've added crafting, which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo. There's also an assortment of weapons to find and utilize throughout the game.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone who is anyone has heard of the likes of you.
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as the Duke. You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons, amongst other things. The director wanted to give him a unique look, and you'll often find him in different situations each time you encounter him. He's an interesting fella.
Aha! Aha!
Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your trapper. Wait, do you hear that? And we've also got extra objectives outside of the main ones. Of course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward. Oh, and plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
I haven't cut open a man in a while. Let me string you up, slice your jugular, and just watch.
Well, that's one way to end the video. Now that we've shown you what's in store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo. For this demo, players won't be playing as Ethan, but as a character we're referring to as the Maiden. Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking. We're hoping to have players get a real feel for the visuals and audio as they take the Maiden on her journey to find a way out of the castle. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5 today. Of course, we want as many people as possible to get a chance to play. So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms, ready for sometime this spring.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Resident Evil franchise, with the very first game releasing in Japan back on March 22nd, 1996. Since then, the series has expanded well beyond the realm of video games. From toys and board games, to CG movies, to live-action Hollywood films, Resident Evil has become a cultural icon. Resident Evil continues to offer surprises around every corner, so let's pass it along to producer Tsuyoshi Kanda to hear more about what you can expect in 2021.
Hey, just to let everyone know real quick on the YouTube side, I've got you guys, the rest of the team muted, so there's no audio overlap, so you can enjoy this.
Beta test. The test won't happen until later next week, but I want to use this chance to reveal more details. With the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil coming on March 22nd, we are excited to celebrate this milestone with our fans. Last September, we showed off a piece of key art showcasing some of Resident Evil's iconic characters to start the celebration. Now, I'm happy to announce what was behind that. Let's take a look. RE8 is one of the ways we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the franchise, showcasing so many of the characters that fans love. It'll be available for free to anyone who purchases Resident Evil Village, so be sure to follow the Resident Evil social channels for the latest news. And check out the official website for even more details.
On behalf of Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft, congratulations to the Resident Evil team on their 25th anniversary. We can't wait to get our hands on RE8. For the occasion, we are bringing a celebration to our game, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. For a limited time, you will be able to collect some of the iconic outfits and items from the original Resident Evil trilogy. Everyone that logs in during the event will get Leon Kennedy's Raccoon Police Department outfit as a warm-up. Now let's have a look at some of these.皆様こんにちは。バイオハザードの映像作品にてプロデューサーを務めていますカプコンの小林博之です。昨年発表しましたフル 3DCG アニメーションバイオハザードインフィニットダークネスについてお話したいと思います。ゲームでおなじみのレオンとクレアが活躍する物語となっております。時間軸はバイオハザード4の後の、数年後のお話となっておりまして、レオンがスーツ姿でとある場所でゾンビ事件に巻き込まれます。この作品はですね、Netflix にて全世界、配信になりますので皆さんお楽しみください。
Wow, a lot's been happening and I hope you enjoyed watching. But if you missed anything along the way, don't worry, keep an eye on the Resident Evil social channels and official website, which will be sharing everything from today's show. As a quick reminder, Resident Evil Village is available for pre-order starting today for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam for PC. And don't forget, PlayStation 5 owners get a sneak peek through downloadable content available worldwide starting today. It has been an absolute honor to celebrate the amazing Resident Evil leading up to its 25th anniversary with all of you across the globe. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Damn, that was quick. All right, we got to bring everybody back into it here. Unmute if you're muted, please. JJ.
JJ, unmute yourself.
Sorry, everyone who's watching on the YouTube side. There was that issue with the interlapping audio getting echo, so I muted the rest of the team. Probably saw their reactions, but we're gonna get into discussion anyway, so don't go anywhere. Nick,
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Look, you guys don't wear headphones when you watch this stuff. Come on.
I don't think JJ knows he's muted.
Yeah, JJ.
I know I'm muted. I just had I had the okay, so yeah, that was good you muted us because we were a little behind you guys, but
yeah.
Overall, I think it's best for the audience that they just seen our face and didn't hear us over talking over it.
Yeah.
But wow, there was a lot to show there.
Very fast.
Some things awesome, some things very unexpected. Why do I got this here? I would have to say, wait, where'd all of our cameras go?
Did you adjust it? It's still on mine.
I still see him too. Actually.
Yes,
yeah.
I got it. Let me fix that real quick.
Yes, I guess. So yeah, I mean, we got 8 extended trailer, more info. We got 8 gameplay. We've got REverse, which, am I wrong? But looks like a battle royale game.
Yeah,
it really does.
It does.
I'm sorry, I said that. So, and then what? Infinite Darkness. So there's a lot in there. It looks really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to see Jack Baker in the RPG.
I know, and
station.
I saw that
That's
animation
awesome.
initially. It's like Borderlands style.
That's
So shit,
awesome.
It's pretty cool, man.
I don't know yet how I feel about all that, but the fact that they're just putting like a mishmash of like anyone and everyone
just
in different
iconic
settings.
locations with iconic
It's kind of
characters.
cool, you know. I don't know how I feel about it just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was completely unexpected. Now you Tony, you had made the joke that about a Resident Evil battle royale, and that's kind of what that looked like to me. Now, you know, at first it kind of caught me off guard, and I was like, I was not expecting this for the 25th anniversary. As I watched it, I was like, okay, this does look like something that would be kind of fun to play on the side, but at the same time, it's just so different from Resident Evil that, like, I don't know. I gotta process it. It was different.
It's like on one hand, you always have respect for Capcom for continually trying to put out these different action spin-offs. You know, there's Resistance, there's that standalone kind of Mercenaries 3DS game. There's all sorts of Operation Raccoon City, you know, there's all sorts of experiments. Umbrella Corps is another one that people like may or may not like be very invested into. Like I, for one, I'm not very interested in any of those. But the thing is, this is something that we'll probably see regularly in the future with Resident Evil 3 remake, Resistance coming with it. This time, this has its own little game coming with it for Village.
Yeah,
So,
it's free.
Yeah,
It's
it's
free,
definitely
yeah.
commendable. Yeah.
That's what I see too. They're going with that theme. It was Resistance, now it's Reverse. It's these little tag along multiplayer aspects to give their games some extra life after you've already beat the campaign. It looks interesting. I like Nick said, it's cool to see Jack Baker like in the RPD, and I'm assuming it's going to be a bunch of different iconic locations with the whole like ensemble of RE villains and characters throughout the series. So that would be kind of cool to play around with, I think.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you get to play, like, example, if you're playing as one of the monsters in the series, you get this different set of abilities where everybody else is still running around, you know, as characters like with weapons like pistols and shotguns. So maybe taking that component they had from Resistance, but making it a larger multiplayer with maybe a villain as a monster running around the whole time trying to mess everyone else up while they're competing against each other.
Yeah,
well, they were attacking each other in that.
Yeah,
as
they were
well.
going against each other, and then do you have the other? Are these monsters? They are controllable, so that's another element on top of it. It's going to be really interesting. And the cell shading art style, it looked cool from the get go. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's
It definitely has a style to it.
You mentioned it looking like Borderlands, and that's what I saw too, because it has those like really, kind of like thick black, smooth edges. They look like they're out of a cartoon. It's almost like the Nemesis and the Mr. X in the comics like came crashing into the game.
Oh yeah,
so looks very comic-y.
Yeah, but the graphics in 8 look phenomenal.
They look awesome.
I got to get PS5. I have to, because if not only just for that game, I personally loved 7 and its continuation, obviously, and the graphics are just like 10 times better. Wow.
Yeah. That the environments looked awesome. That mansion they're in looks so detailed and pretty. And then we were talking about monster variations, so it looks like we've got the witch type characters that have the bug element that Marguerite had, but they can actually just turn into bugs and teleport and float around through stuff. Some kind of zombie-esque thing in the dungeon. The Wolfman looking beast plus the tall beast. I'm sure there's going to be more involved, but it is looking pretty interesting with the variations. Like, that's different, not only different monster type, but different combat types for each one.
Yeah, I feel like they showed a million different elements to the castle, Ethan's relationship to this lady than they've ever before. Like, this is actually a ton of information that we actually got in like 10 minutes about like little trailer, less than that actually. But one of the things that I feel like people hadn't really paid attention to beforehand, the previous trailers, we saw it every time, but it was just kind of this thing in the distance that we didn't really pay attention to. You saw the scarecrows, right? You saw them hanging. And that's actually another regional element that I think they're trying to incorporate in RE Village. And it was like kind of looking at that, like, are they going to make this turn to a monster? It's actually a scarecrow-based monster phenomena that is in the folklore of that region called a Kikimora. And often it will lurk in houses, it will like plague barns, and it will be like the worst gift. Sometimes there are stories of it being gifted to someone as like the worst gift that you wouldn't give to your worst enemy. And it kind of haunts you from there. And it is this kind of, really sly, deceptive monster. And they've shown that scarecrow, I think 3 or 4 times now. So I feel like there's a huge element of maybe that Kikimora being a part of this game. That would be really cool. Be really clever.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I mean, overall, like, this game, it's got me more excited now after watching this, because visually it looks fantastic. The fact that there's a demo out right now, like, I can't wait. We're going to be playing that.
I'm going to go download that here
tonight. I'm going to be downloading that. It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. So all the people that were worried that they wouldn't be able to play it because it was next gen only, well, good news, you can play it. We got a glimpse of Chris Redfield taking the baby, which I'm assuming is Ethan, and it's Mia and Ethan's baby. So he's going now to this village to try to find it. Like, and Mother Miranda is not the vampire lady, but she reports to her. Yeah, she reports to her.
And even taller.
Something about her brother in the game as well. Ethan getting past her brother or something. So there's definitely a larger family element. Like, we saw the sisters, but now we're seeing that there are other characters involved in this outside of the sisters. That, like, a male character, is he the Wolfman? I mean, what is the relation?
Is he the guy with the hat? The hat and
sunglasses.
the hammer?
Yes.
Van Helsing looking
That's
guy.
a good point. That could be him
That's
as well.
what I think, brother. And I think this is going to play a lot like Resident Evil 7, where you have the family, and each family member has its own like sort of chapter you have to go through. And then that, yeah, she's a sister. There's the, I'm assuming that the guy that looks like Van Helsing is her brother.
Yeah.
Mother Miranda is obviously their mother, like Marguerite in Resident Evil 7. So I think this game, as far as pacing, is going to be very much like 7. The difference is now it's going to be in a brand new setting, bringing Chris Redfield more into the story than he was in 7. And it's going to feature all new enemies and characters. And I'm assuming it's also going to elaborate more on who the connections are. Maybe Blue Umbrella, who's been pulling the strings behind the scenes this whole time. You know what, this reboot trilogy they're doing, this remakes, they've hinted at the connections. The connections are behind everything. So when they remade Resident Evil 3, I believe Nikolai was working for the connections, I want to say, and then Lucas was working for the connections. So I wonder if the connections are going to tie into this.
Maybe if they're going back and trying to remake some of these games, if they're taking elements and remaking the story along the way, that would be an interesting to start tying it in, to be like, because 7 feels so far detached from the rest of the series. And we've even said it several times that when they implement the whole Umbrella aspect of the storyline, it feels like it was just thrown on top of it to tie it into the bigger picture, but not something that was legitimately thought into the storyline.
Yeah,
Like
see, that's like a common criticism of 7. It's like you can almost argue that they're shoehorned in after the fact of making the story, but the fact that the connections and HCF were a joint effort in creating the mold, and those kind of tie into Code Veronica and Wesker and earlier entries, that is what honestly gets me excited, because I understand that these early organizations that kind of harness T Veronica, they harness other bioweapons, and they create something new out of it, means that they're still involved in 7, which means that behind the scenes, HCF and these other organizations, they could be running this whole thing. We just don't know how it fits into this castle's family and the brother and sister dynamic, because right now that's really cool. That makes me almost think that Ethan and Mia are going to be, you know, whether from the original writing or not, tied to this whole thing as being part of a corporation. But
yeah, that's true. Ali, do you wanna go back to the gameplay and just let that play while we discuss this?
Yeah. Where's that at? Just go back into the video, like general.
Yeah, just back to where it starts at like 25:13 or something, just so that it's playing for those that haven't caught the event. They can catch it here while we're talking about it. Thank you for that 1,000 bits, Corey from Ro. Appreciate it. I want to catch up with the chat now that we kind of gave our thoughts. We didn't really discuss too much of Infinite Darkness because not much was shown. There was nothing on the Resident Evil reboot. I don't really think we need to discuss the bonus costumes for the Division at all. That's not really relevant to,
Although that is a strange choice to go for the Division with Ubisoft.
It is very strange because it's completely out of the genre for Resident Evil.
We've seen Capcom tie with other companies like PUBG and stuff in the past to promote, their characters and their stuff and give you skins in these games. But it's strange that they went for the Division 2, instead of something like, Fortnite or something like. I'm actually kind of happy they didn't, because it feels like everything is in Fortnite.
True. So they're just trying. I get they're trying to get to a new audience. They don't go within their genre because obviously they want to get people, that are outside of it to come play it. I get that.
Right. It gives me a reason to go play that game again too, which is
for sure. So now I want to catch up with the chat here. We got some stuff coming in. I'm not a huge Resident Evil guy, but this game looks sick, says Tom Faulty. And then let's see what else we got here. Is this going to be virtual reality? They have not confirmed any virtual reality as of yet. They have confirmed that it will be on PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS5, and PC. And then we got, we got a lot of donations. So thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it. We're not ignoring it. We just wanted to go through this showcase first, break it down, discuss it, give our thoughts. Should I go through the super chats right now?
Sure,
go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. The Zachary Martin Show with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, "Hi, my name is Zach. I am happy to announce I am excited for this game, and it has Resident Evil 4 vibes." I agree with that. It definitely has Resident Evil 4 vibes. Also, Resident Evil Verse is awesome as well. I miss Operation Raccoon City. It was underrated. Yeah, that was a divisive game. I mean,
could have been better.
Could have been better. Yeah.
Fun with friends, though.
Looking on paper, maybe
very fun with friends.
A little poorly, but yeah, that Resident Evil Verse is definitely different from what Resident Evil usually does. It's free though, so we'll have to see how it goes. Let me see what else we got here in the super chats. Okay, and then Leon S. Kennedy with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Leon S. Kennedy. He says, no RE4, but I would like to thank Nick for his decision and for his dedication and how engaged he is with his fans. You got Leon down so well, and I hope you get more work because you are super talented. God bless you.
Oh, man, thank you. Just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us, Nick. And then Lakota Soldier with $2 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, oh my God, my birthday, I'll be 37. I am so going to get it. Hell yeah, that's a great birthday present, man. Thank you. Z Lippy with a $10 super chat. Quit trying to steal my girl, Nick. Damn. Also, this better be some dope stuff. I guess his girl is Claire or Ada, and you were trying to steal him, Nick.
Apparently, I'm learning that now. It's news to me.
You know, it's funny is sitting here, like, Nick, you're so much a part of what we do. Normally, when I have a guest on and stuff, I'm like, it's all about the guest. What does the guest think? What does the guest have to say? Nick, you're just kind of here hanging out, which is what I love. It's like, oh well, yeah, I forgot Nick was here for a second.
I'm listening to you guys. You have,
no, we definitely don't. Feel free to chime in, Nick. We want to hear what you think about this as well. We appreciate having you here.
Yeah.
Doomslayer, welcome to the Row Squad, Doomslayer. Spam those custom emojis. You've unlocked them. Kazama with a $2 super chat. Bring back Director's Cut Basement for music for laughs. Hey, throw that in the deluxe edition. Why not? Thank you, Kazama. And then President Wevel, a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome to Row Squad Recruit. Appreciate the support. Spam those custom emojis. YVSL, thanks for agreeing. I really want to see. I'd buy a PS5 and Switch. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Eric Wage with a $2 super chat. Will Virgil be coming to series consoles and PS5? I don't know if you're talking about Virgil from Devil May Cry or our game we're working on, Vigil, but that will be PC first, and then we'll try consoles after.
Yeah.
An ordinary sim racer with a £5 super chat. Do you think they will announce a remake of the original 3 in the original form? Unfortunately, we did not get that. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Tenchi with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Tenchi. He says, yo, I got off early because I thought this started at 2 p.m. Central. Oh, well, I'm hell excited. Well, you got done in time. Awesome. And then FBI read that. And then Leon S. Kennedy with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Says, I am a rookie salary at the moment. Also, Resident Evil 4 remake news, maybe. Thank you guys for all your hard work and great content you always put out. Thank you, dude. We appreciate that. Unfortunately, no Resident Evil 4 either. Wolf Griffin with $13 super chat. He says, so pumped. Thank you so much, Wolf Griffin. Tony, road team member Tony with a $2 super chat. Tony needs his own spin-off game. Yes, Tony, you do. Yes, you do. And then Yanko, so we're recapped. All right. Thank you guys all so much for your support. Like I said, I didn't want to ignore it. I wanted to get to it, but I wanted to just break down and give our initial thoughts first. Okay.
A couple one that just came in. Want me to catch up here? I don't know if you saw the one from Joseph Castillo, $10 says reverse looks totally embarrassing. We'll see how that turns out. I mean, everybody.
I think it's going to vary. I think Resident Evil Verse is going to divide fans. It's going to split fans. That's going to be very touchy.
Just look at it as guys. It's not costing anything. You pre-order it. You're getting it for free. If you
don't have to play anything, it's their choice to give you something extra. If you want to play,
it's like Resistance.
Yeah.
Just be happy you're getting something to begin with.
For sure.
It's like I'm talking to my child over here. Just be happy you're getting anything.
I agree with those that are upset about it. I agree because instead of that, couldn't we have gotten maybe a mercenary mode? And who's to say we're not going to? Maybe they just didn't show it off. But I mean, I could see it from both sides. It's completely different and outside of what we're used to. But I can also see that it's experimental and it's free. You know,
and it's not going to be for everyone. It's not made for everyone.
It's just a subject I don't want to touch on. I gave my thoughts about it. I think it's completely different, completely caught me off guard. I think it might be fun. It's not what I was expecting, not really what I want, but I probably will try it. I mean, so you guys can make your own minds up about Resident Evil verse.
But like you said earlier, I mean, Zachary Martin's show had the opposite opinion of that. You noted that his $10 donation. He says he's excited for it. So again, it's not for everyone. So
yeah.
We also have State of Play says, what about the difficulty behind the deluxe edition? So I think somebody noted that there might be an extra level of difficulty to it.
Yeah, they had one for the deluxe edition. Let me go back to it real quick. So for the deluxe edition, you unlock max difficulty. It says you get save room music, max difficulty, save device, Mr. Everywhere, Albert 01 Chris. So it's the Star Samurai Edge, but Chris and Albert model, and then found footage RE7 filter, and then the tragedy of Ethan Winters. Okay, and then with the collector's edition, you get the poster, trauma pack, product code, steelbook, art book, Chris figure, which looks absolutely fantastic, and it's going to look really good next to my Leon Kennedy and Jill Valentine.
I want that jacket.
I want that jacket too, and then you get the box.
That's a P-coat, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
it's just
he
a
was wearing,
basic
right?
P-coat.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
big P-coat,
that's
yeah.
issued to us in boot
He just
camp
looks
and
good
Chris
in it.
Redfield.
I still got, I think 2 or 3 of them in my damn closet somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many P-coats do you need?
Well, I said they issued me one, I think, in boot camp, and I bought a
Oh.
few more along my career. It was part of our uniform, so.
Yeah.
So I love it. The jacket's extremely comfortable. It's always been one of my favorites to go to.
They're warm.
Yeah, the collector's editions look pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get that one with Chris. But, you know, it's very in line with the collector's editions we've gotten from 2 Remake and 3 Remake.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get 3 Remake. Stupid pandemic.
Still up there. From my 3 Remake. She's up there in the shelf.
Did you guys look at...
Real quick off topic, I want to let everybody know that is watching on Twitch, or they're not here on the G Fuel Energy Twitch. They are going to be doing giveaways on here. So if you guys aren't following G Fuel on Twitch, just make sure to go do that. They're really cool, good product, and they want you to know giveaways are coming. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Steelbook, I'm getting that Steelbook. Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff.
There are a couple comments asking about how they made, again, it seems like they're magnifying like all the characters every new trailer, but they made the merchant guy fatter than he's seen in that other trailer. They made him huge. They made him look like he's not a human.
The Duke,
yeah, a little cartoony, I was thinking.
He's just Rufus from Street Fighter 4 is all he is. Big dude.
President Shinra. Not President Shinra. Heidegger, I think, is the guy who was the...
Heidegger, yeah, from F7, yeah.
The bald one with the weird...
No, that's Palmer. That's
Palmer, yeah. Anyways, but they call him the Duke, I think is what he was called?
Yep,
yeah.
The Duke.
Uh-huh.
You don't look like John Wayne to me.
His store is really fancy now.
It is.
It's so fancy.
He definitely is far bigger than expected. I did call it when I said it looks like he's rolling out of his wagon.
Yes, you did.
100%. It was his tummy rolling out.
Rock and roll.
I called that. I thought it was funny, and I didn't think it was. I thought I was wrong. And when I seen that, I was like, oh, he is that big. So him aside, being kind of cartoony, that takes you out a little bit, but having that merchant mechanic back, the weapons we got to see, being able to upgrade again, having a new inventory like Resident Evil 4. That has me so excited because I always said to this day that Resident Evil 4 has the best inventory because I can just sit there and micromanage my items all day. And I just love that mechanic of collecting items and selling them to the merchant / pawn shop, I call them, and upgrading my weapons. And the fact that that's coming back has me super excited.
Yeah. And also the fact that you have a dedicated crafting like section. Like all Resident Evil games have like system of combining herbs to optimize them, combining gunpowder with something else. All of the remakes have really experimented with that, but it seems like this one they might have just nailed it, perfected it.
Really diving into weapon customization. It looks like just like you said, well, not just making your ingredients, but allowing to do some work on your weapons to add modifications maybe.
That's nice.
Simple things. I'm just looking at some of the menus because while you're talking about it's actually showing on my screen right now. So
really perfect.
Yeah,
okay,
perfect lining up there.
I think they're consistently getting better with all these releases with the inventory and everything. I've liked the direction they're going in, and I just recently played again Revelations 2 with my little bro in Boston, and that game was really underrated. And I actually liked their customization with the custom gun parts and how you can like remove them and add them to weapons as you get them and everything. I think they might try to mix like a lot of the best aspects of the past few games and into a good experience, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. I think that they've learned a lot. I think going from making Resident Evil 7, right? That was like their new sort of RE engine. They're kind of stepping back into it, going back to the survival horror roots. A little different. Maybe for some people, it's not too much Resident Evil, but for me, it kind of got me back into it. It had a lot of elements Resident Evil 1 had. Then they went back to 2 and remade that with you, Nick. And by them going back to the roots, I think they learned a lot of the pacing and what made the series so special. And then going into 3 remake, a little rushed. I think we can all agree on that. Still fantastic story elements to it. Still had the dodge mechanics. Like you could see that from 7 to 2 to 3, it was constantly improving as far as mechanics, and they were getting it down. And then now going into 8 is like going to be an accumulation of all the things they've learned in this new style direction. So I personally agree with you, Nick. It's going to be very fleshed out, very smooth, almost a perfected experience for their vision, basically.
I think so. And I'm personally excited for the merchant there, the Duke, because I think he's going to be really, really charismatic. And in all
Luke's
like the tense, like, you'll be in like a tense environment trying to survive for like an hour straight. And then you finally come across him again. and it's like, oh, there he is, and he's probably gonna provide some like comic relief or so, just to ease the tension. Then you get right back into it. So I think I'm looking forward to it.
Which is just like the old merchant, but they're kind of adding a little bit more character. He's like visually a lot more just ridiculous and kind of lets you ease up. But what you were saying about Resident Evil 7 and taking all of the elements from the recent games and putting them in this one, I bet you, like I swear right now, they're going to have some item that you could use, like I forget what it was called in 7, where you could see all of the items, locations. You can kind of be like an expert plunderer. They're going to have something that is unique to the region, maybe like wolfsbane, some kind of witch ingredient that you could take that will let you see that. I swear they'll do that.
Because like a root or something. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think wasn't that steroids in 7 that let you kind of like
something like that? Yeah.
No, that was glasses. It was X-ray glasses.
That's not what it was.
No, that was in the DLC.
I was gonna say there was X-ray glasses.
No, they were psycho stimulants.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was. It was a psychostimulant. They're gonna have a relevant version of that in this game.
That's
for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I can't wait to play that demo. And again, to everybody that's in right now, thank you. I think we had over 2,000 people. We're still over 2,000 people here, and we still have a lot of people watching on Twitch. Thank you guys so much. After we're done discussing, we're not ending now, but after we're done discussing, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to install the demo, and we're going to be back live with that. That's going to be on the YouTube channel. So for anybody that's interested there, just so you know, we are going to be playing that tonight and giving our first impressions, because I'm only bringing that up right now because in the video right now, I'm just kind of going through their demo they had. Very atmospheric demo. We could discuss that real quick.
Yeah, it looks a lot like how the kitchen demo and stuff went, where it's not so much action based or anything. It's more explore the environment, kind of feel what it feels like, atmosphere. And
exactly.
Maybe I don't know if they're going to do like the other one where it was every few weeks or every month or so they updated it with a little bit more, which would be cool, because I love that demo so much because of that. So we'll see, but maybe we'll get some of those elements of avoiding a character or just getting some visual shots of the characters in the game. Maybe that's how it ends, but there's no combat or anything, which is cool. It's completely explorative and just kind of get your feeling for the atmosphere.
Yeah, and I love that kitchen demo. I love how the hype and speculation, like keep playing it and try to find all the clues. I remember everybody's playing it. That's about the time we started the YouTube channel. And the fact that they're going to do this, because you could clearly see the atmosphere is just excellent. The graphics in this, I would love to I love playing the demo with gameplay, but I'm also totally down for just getting the atmosphere and stuff like that. Atmospheric demo, that sounds cool to me. So I'm totally down for that. It's only available right now on PS5 for anybody that's looking for it.
But it will be out in the spring for the other consoles. And they did note that if you buy that the game is coming on other consoles, so it is a free upgrade to the PS5 if you have it. I'm assuming it's a free downgrade as well.
Yeah, they did say that.
Like, so like how Miles Morales was, if you bought Miles Morales in the PS5, you got the PS4 version as well. So I'm assuming if you buy a copy of the game, you'll be able to play it on both platforms. But I guess we'll wait and see if that's explained later.
That is really nice that they're doing that for sure.
It is nice. 7th. But for the graphics alone in VR, I need to get the PS5 for this 100%.
Oh, right, there needs to be VR for this, because I know like you're like so diehard set on VR, Nick, because you loved it for RE7.
Make sure if you get the PS5, you have to go to PlayStation and ask for the adapter for your VR. Because the PS4 or the PSVR does work in the PS5, and the adapter is free if you go fill out the request. You just
they haven't announced VR for this yet.
Yeah, they haven't announced it, but if you guys do have a VR out there and you're hoping that this comes to the PlayStation 5 as VR, make sure you go get your adapter to go so you can actually use your VR with the PS5.
Very nice.
And I do want to advocate for VR. I listen. A lot of people have been against it. They said it's not Resident Evil. It's not. But when you're working with the producers who made 7 when I was filming 2, and they all told me the same thing. They said, play the game for the first time in VR because it was designed for VR. All the scenarios were designed for being in there, surrounded by the environment. If you guys don't want to do it or you haven't done it, or if you can't afford it, that's a different thing. But if you have the choice and the option, you're missing out if you don't do it.
For sure.
Such a good experience.
Yeah, I love the VR, and it's very immersive. And if that's the style they're going for, that first person, then that's the best way to get immersed. I do think the style for Resident Evil going forward, I like the style Resident Evil 2. It's slower, it's behind the back, but that's not what they're doing. So if they're going to do it this way, might as well do VR. Personally, I agree.
Awesome experience.
No, somebody said, are we going to be critical of it? I believe we were critical. We were critical of the Resident Evil Reverse, but if I had to be critical about what I've seen today in this video, I would say I don't like the fact that bugs can combine to create people. I think that's my least favorite thing I've seen about this. It just seems too mystical for me.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Too supernatural. Yeah. I like kind of things and that's why I never liked the leeches. I mean, when you say, okay, bugs combining to people, that's not Resident Evil. That's not true because leeches combined into people in Resident Evil 0.
Monsters.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like it's okay that it's in here. It fits in Resident Evil, but just me personally, I never liked the leeches. I never liked bugs forming into people. Again,
they don't like you.
Everything overall though, like that's just me being critical. Overall, everything else I've seen, I was expecting, and I just got more of what I was hoping for or expecting. You know what I mean? So I liked it. I'm actually freeze framed on a scene where things are levitating.
Right.
To me, too supernatural. But in Resident Evil 7, that's what Evelyn could do. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Supernatural stuff was going to be implicated in older Resident Evil titles anyway.
Yeah.
You know? Like Resident Evil 4 and how that was supposed to start off. Hell, even like Onimusha started off with like Resident Evil in feudal Japan with ghosts and stuff. So.
Yes, and it still is exactly that.
Yep.
But it's just a thing with horror franchises. If you have Shinji Mikami had a very long kind of talk about this, like an article about how physical horror and what scared us back in the 90s, early 2000s just doesn't necessarily cut it anymore. And there's all of this other realm, all of these other realms of horror to explore with Resident Evil that is never touched. And it is very much trying, ambitious as it may seem, to like bridge that gap between the biology side and the supernatural. But it's even in 7, it was very deliberately done to seem supernatural and scare people in that way.
It was,
despite,
you're right.
Despite how it's explained, the aim is to present it in a somewhat supernatural way. And it's something that is not really going to, it's not really going to draw away new people. New people are seeing this and they're like, wow, this is like incorporating so many elements of horror that we love. But if we can kind of see that where that gap is coming from, then I feel like it's easier to appreciate like what they're trying to do with the horror.
I do have one critique on the giant beast man with the giant hammer. It's showing on my screen right now, but I noticed there's a part where he does like 3 immediate attacks one after another. But he's nowhere near you when he swings, and I don't like it when games do that, where they give bosses an attack pattern like Dark Souls and stuff does.
That's fair.
I prefer to be more organic of a fight, so I hope it's not something that gets into that system where it's like, okay, I know he's aiming for 3, let me dodge left, and then I can dodge right here. I just don't want to see that. I want to see a more organic fight that mixes it up and keeps it
unpredictable.
Yeah, unpredictable.
One thing I wanted to point out with the guy with the hammer, the guy that looks Van Helsing like, he has a hammer too. I almost wonder if he mutates into that thing.
That's what it looks like.
It is possible.
That's why I had a freeze frame.
Full Van Helsing.
I'm gonna make a prediction based off of absolute zero fact. I'm just gonna say it out loud because it just popped in my head. I'm gonna guess at the end you have to fight the Duke. He mutates into something. That would be really cool.
That'd be so cool.
That could be, yeah.
But he's a homie.
It would be unpredictable.
It would be, yeah.
It would be.
And the Duke is huge.
He's so big. He looks like a boss.
He looks like a mini boss.
Yeah.
Why are they all so strangely proportioned?
They are all huge. Yeah. They're huge. Like
everybody's tall. They're in Europe. Everybody in Europe is tall.
Maybe the unease of like sizing in this game will make you uncomfortable. I don't know, but everything looks kind of in a sense a little cartoony with how exaggerated the proportions are.
Like Becky noted, about having those influences from other horror material. And that's something that could be easily attributed to another movie or show or something somewhere that play with these different perspectives of characters and size proportions. Like Little Nightmares has these ridiculous looking characters in it. These monsters. They're human-esque, but they're proportionally messed up. Which makes them a lot more creepy.
Yeah,
for sure.
And also, I noticed that there's a couple more shots in this trailer that have those images of babies in them once again. And we talked about possible significance, relevance to Marguerite's kind of baby, all of those dead babies from the D-type experiments in the previous games. And I wonder if, because they're trying to tie that in, and because the woman, when this one in the black that's showing right here, she's all excited about like, oh, a man's blood, like I finally get to like
Men in the Village,
absolutely slaughter a man, like that. Does that imply that they are still feasting on babies? Because that is also something they did in the Dracula novel. The brides of Dracula, the one blonde and the two brunettes, there's one blonde, two brunettes there, they feasted on babies, and that was their primary food. And their master, who was Count Dracula himself, actually was the one who provided that. And I wonder if there's some system that allows them to be fed babies through there, and that's why all of their artwork is kind of like babies on walls.
Yeah, right.
They never get to kill men because they're always eating children. That's what I wonder.
Well, they also mentioned this ritual thing too. So
Yes.
it's really, I like that you say that there's a lot of emphasis on sacrifice, a lot of emphasis on the baby visuals and things like that. So that's that's what, Becky, that's why I appreciate about you so much what you contribute to these things, because your information and research into lore expands our our thoughts, which is so
Thanks.
good. Because I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome.
They also they actually have like this recurring allusion to how there is a ritual, there's a trial, there's like a trial and error of something, and that also sounds like the D-type experience, like kind of using babies to see if they work, right? And now Ethan Mia's baby is somehow special, which sounds like a pagan ritual. It sounds like they're trying this, and if it doesn't work, we'll feed it to the brides, to the women in black, because they need to be fed something.
Trying to
honestly, all I can hear from this whole like eating babies thing is just flashing back to Austin Powers. It's just like, get in my belly! I'm gonna eat you. He's a little baby.
You keep your money. I'll take
Maybe.
the baby.
That what they're doing?
Oh man, maybe that's the Duke.
I'm on the higher link of the food chain. I'm gonna eat ya.
Is that how the Duke sounds?
I don't.
That's how they should have
him
sound.
Oh man.
Where's your shitter?
Lots of interesting stuff coming out that they showed.
Oh yeah.
So got a lot to look forward to.
For sure. I'm just trying to go through now. Is there anything? Well, is there anything left that we haven't covered or that you guys would like to discuss about this?
I mean, we saw a little bit more for Infinite Darkness, which is cool. I don't know anything about it, but I like that there's something going on there.
What did they say? They said it was going to be filmed, didn't they?
I don't know. I didn't hear that part.
I could have sworn when I was reading through it, I was like,
now, but I thought it was originally supposed to be a series.
I thought it was supposed to be a series, but they said film. That really threw me off.
I was hoping we'd see a date, but we didn't see that yet.
Yeah.
You know how Netflix
we got a date for Village, though.
Yeah, May 7th.
Yes.
Netflix
that's actually way sooner than I thought.
Drop their little trailer, and then here's a date at the end of it. It's coming out in 2 weeks or something.
I'm a little bummed out we don't see what do you call it there? We didn't see a lot of Chris in that trailer, so I'm bummed out, but I'm also kind of glad because a lot of game trailers these days have a tendency to show off way too much, especially the launch trailer for the game when the game comes out on launch day. That spoils a lot of stuff in a lot of games.
It does, yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
I want to shout out real quick to Brittany as well, Brittany Bombacker, the host that Resident Evil picked for this showcase.
Yeah.
I know Brittany I know of Brittany from a long time ago when she was kind of growing her channel when we had started as well. She was actually supposed to be a guest on our show way back in the day.
Yeah.
But it just never worked out. So congratulations, Britt, for your success there.
Yeah, that's huge, dude. I'm happy for her.
You did a really good job. It couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Yeah, she's a huge Resident Evil fan.
Personally, I was hoping that we were going to see some of the live action movie or any talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed we got nothing from the movie.
I want to be really hopeful for it, to be honest.
Same here.
Me too.
Did I just see? I watched on a plane. I watched Zombieland 2. Did I see the Leon Kennedy actor in that one?
Yes.
That's him, right?
Yeah. He's he plays the guy from the safe zone where the hippies live. The guy that the girl falls. Yeah, Berkeley, the one that the girl falls in love with, and they take off together.
I was watching it, and I'm like, is that the guy playing Leon?
That's him.
I'm hopeful. I think they're not gonna destroy the franchise again for the series. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, like I have a stake in it now. I kind of have something that means something to me. I don't go ruin my character.
No, it's not about that. It's just I after the first live action film, I was just like, ugh.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you're a fan like us, so you know the feelings. We have to see how it turns out, I guess.
This definitely looks more faithful, though.
Yeah.
From those screenshots we saw from the set, look pretty awesome.
Promising.
Even the gates of the RPD themselves look very like dead on. Look really good.
Yep. Yeah. I can't wait to check this demo out, though. Like this looks. It's what's showing right now.
See you. You're like you're
salivating
itching over there. You're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to jump into it.
Honestly, I want to play.
So, what do you want to take that break and then load it up? I've seen people saying that they haven't seen it loaded up onto the PlayStation yet. I'm not in front of my check, so.
Cody, did you see it on there? Oh, you can't search? Yeah, okay. We'll check and see if it's on there, but yeah, we'll take a quick break. But to everybody watching on YouTube and Twitch, I just want to say thank you guys so much for experiencing this event with us. We appreciate it. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did and you're on YouTube, please leave a like. It means a lot to us, and it just shows what kind of content you guys enjoy. So thank you guys very much. And then to Twitch, huge shout out to Twitch again for allowing us to stream, or not Twitch, I'm sorry, G Fuel. Huge shout out to G Fuel for allowing us to stream on their official Twitch channel and meet a lot of new cool people. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that. Is there anything else you guys would like to recap in this? I think we covered pretty much everything.
I actually have something here.
Yeah.
So it just came on Twitter from Wario64, a very reliable source. Resident Evil Village Collector's Edition will be set at $219.
That's not bad.
219
USD.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it 200 or 300 for the RE3 collectors?
It was like 200.
It was like 275 or I thought it was like almost 300, but maybe they're around the same.
Yeah. The collector's editions from Capcom have generally been around the same. Like the 200 mark. So this is like the collector's edition with the Chris statue and everything. So,
and I got here in the chat, they're saying it's not in the store yet. So I wonder when they're going to. Maybe it'll be tonight. Maybe I'll be up all night.
It could take a while because stuff like this kind of thing does take a while when it comes to demos and games being downloaded on something that just got announced.
Yeah.
So
it could. Yeah. Maybe the server's overloaded.
Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3 on the PS4 when they announced that. It took hours for them to put it up on the store. So
yeah. I want to shout out everybody here too. We don't want to miss anybody that super chatted. We appreciate your support. So Kevin Nava with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Kevin. Says, so will the new character Emily appear in Village? What do you guys think? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, have we confirmed
Emily from Resident Evil 7?
Emily.
Zoe? You mean Evelyn?
Evelyn.
Or
Evie? Probably Evelyn.
Evie, yeah.
Evie, okay.
Emily. Emily. Okay. I got that confused with Sevens.
If there is, maybe it's. I mean, the only way I could see them doing is if there's some kind of lingering effect from the hallucinations of her being in their head. Of the mold and stuff. Maybe it's giving them some kind of, like a split personality. She's not real, but there's a piece of her in her brain that's still there, basically.
Maybe that's why Chris shoots me.
Right? It's your fault. Bam.
And then Hustle and Motive with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Says Beggy with all the lure.
Oh, that's my friend.
Oh, lore.
What's up, Hustle?
Hustle.
Yeah. Shout out to Beggy for that lore. Definitely. J Michael with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, I think how Miranda knows Ethan is because she was disguised as Mia and infiltrated their home in order to capture their baby. It would explain why Chris just shows up and kills her. But J Michael, we do see Chris taking the baby. So
because
I don't know.
Have her. He can.
And the tall lady's too thick for her, honestly.
The tall lady
does not look like Mia's build.
Yeah, not at all. Not even close. I don't know how she'd do that. Mandy Hayes with $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Mandy says, do you think Chris will go full bad guy? I hope not. Personally, I think it's just they're building that up. I don't think he's bad. I think his intentions are good, but they're portraying him to be the bad guy, sort of like make a villain out of him. And then at the end, he'll show his true intentions and he'll save the day. That's me personally. What do you guys think?
That sounds about right. They got to switch it up somehow,
Maybe. Yeah. And I think if he actually went full bad guy, I think a lot of fans would be pretty upset because that's very out of character for Chris.
Yeah.
And it's very out of it's just, it would feel forced.
He has had a lot of crazy experiences over the year, but with this franchise, when they embrace a new location, they have their own villains. It's usually someone more connected to, that region itself. Like Resident Evil 4 is Salazar, Sadler. Here it seems to be Mother Miranda and this little family in the castle. So if there's any kind of weird break of no, Chris is the villain, I feel like it's not very fitting. But
but it's interesting too to say that because he like you said, he's been through a lot and he knows how wrong things can go. So has he become that kind of person that's cold to the situation that would be like, if Mia's a threat, she's done. Period. Just
maybe he's just done dealing with it. Yeah.
This baby has something going on. It's important in some way. I'm not going to deal with any of the side crap. Eliminate the threat. Take the baby. I'm gone.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
That could be. And then Bill DeLuz with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, I didn't like what I seen, but I won't judge it how I did with the Resident Evil 7, which ended up being my favorite. But I will say I'm not feeling this direction. But let's see. I think if you like Resident Evil 7, you're going to like this game because you can see that a lot of it is very similar to 7.
That's how I feel, yeah.
Yeah. I personally like 7 as well. Christine O'Neill with a €10 super chat. Thank you so much. Christine says, RE8 looks awesome. When they mentioned that wallpaper, I thought they were going to see the rumored remastered trilogy. Ooh. But Reverse looks interesting. Much love to you, Ro, guys. And of course, Nick. Thank you. Thank you very much, Christine.
Thank you.
Robbie says...
Keep saying... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, sure. Go ahead, Nick.
People keep saying remastered from like the originals. Are they talking about like the treatment that that RE1 HD remake got? Is that what they're talking about?
No, they there was a lot of speculation because of the post that Resident Evil's official account was making on Twitter with classic Resident Evil games that we were going to be getting a remastered trilogy. And it was basically going to be Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, the originals on Steam and modern consoles.
So just the older games with a polished look to them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did when they took.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they took Onimusha, like the first Onimusha game and the first 3 Devil May Cry games, and they put them to PS4.
Yeah.
They just like an HD version.
Yeah, like high def textures, but like I was mentioning GTA earlier. As long as they do that, because those games still hold up fine with their controls and their gameplay.
Yeah.
Whereas in GTA, older games are much more complicated to play because of how well the controls played now. So it would make sense. I don't see why they haven't or why they won't do that. Just do it, Capcom.
Yeah, right.
That's easy money for you right there.
It's money, Capcom.
Yeah, I'm sure people would invest in it.
Yeah, for sure. Robbie Watts with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Robbie. He says, Division 2 zombies? No, hey, like you would think that if they were going to be adding DLC and do a cross, that they wouldn't just add costumes, but they'd have zombies for Division, but they didn't do that.
About contaminations and viruses.
Do you think it has zombies?
No, but it would be.
They would have showed that.
If they wanted to do that, it's within the realm, I guess. But that game hits way too close to reality right now.
Does it? That's sketch. I want to play that. Give me anxiety.
Pretty bad.
When it came out, or when the pandemic started to take off last year, I was like, this is too many parallels to the storyline behind that game with the flu taking over, and it was pretty crazy.
It just got word from my buddy Cody, who's actually here right now. He says,
right next to you.
Yeah, he said Maiden broke the PlayStation Store. That is the word on the internet. So, damn. I'm sure everybody jumped on that.
The demo broke the store.
I can see it.
Shit. Yeah. Death Will Come with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Death Will Come. Says, I'm really interested in how everyone knows who Ethan is. What the Duke said to Ethan really has me asking questions. I'd have to go back and listen to that. What did he say to him? Do you guys know?
I forget.
I was going by.
Buy
I
some
remember being entertained.
Stuff.
What are you buying?
Yeah. And then shout out to 2 new recruits. We got Robbie Watts and the Zachary Martin Show. Thank you guys so much. Spam those custom emojis. And then I am caught up here, so now I'll roll back down. Yeah, thank you guys all so much for your support. We really appreciate it, and we're going to download that demo as soon as the PlayStation Store isn't broke anymore.
I'm going to take off, guys. I just want to say thank you. It's been really interesting just listening to everything you got to say. Thanks for all the lore, Beggy, and thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you so much.
In the chat, take care. Man, I'm personally very excited just because I did love 7, and I got to buy a PS5 for this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this on the 4.
They'll be out eventually. They're starting to get more stock, and really, it's good to wait for a little bit. At least wait till like the spring cycle comes out, so they can work out a lot of these bugs and kinks that I've been seeing on the PS5.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. You take care.
Have a good night, Nick.
And,
Thank you for joining
enjoy
us.
The demo.
Let's all say goodbye to Nick.
Yep.
Take care, Nick. Thanks for stopping by, dude.
Later.
Gonna mess up the scene, but I think we're pretty much wrapping this up anyways, right?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Again, thank you all so much for joining us. thank you, G Fuel, for allowing us to host this on your official Twitch channel. Remember, guys, if you buy any G Fuel products, make sure to use code ROE for a limited time. It's 30% off. We got a lot of Resident Evil stuff coming. So if you're new to the channel, thank you and welcome. We cover all the latest news. We do podcast discussions. We cover events like this. We interview the voice actors like Nick, who was just here hanging out with us. So definitely check out our other content. If you enjoy it, please subscribe. If you guys enjoyed this stream, please leave a like. We really appreciate it. As I said before, it really helps out a ton. And we're going to be live later on tonight with the Resident Evil Village demo as soon as it's available. So definitely stay tuned and make sure to enable your notifications if you haven't already done so. And then for those that are watching on Twitch, check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ROE Network. And those on the YouTube channel, check out twitch.tv/GFuelEnergy. They're going to be doing some giveaways. So thank you guys all so much. Anything else you guys want to say?
No, that pretty much covers it. We'll see you guys back here soon. Oh, next month on the YouTube, we are booking a guest. I'm planning right now, Chris Watson, Marvin from 2 and 3 Remake. It's about time I can get him on here. And then, obviously, as we get closer to the date, or when 8 comes out, we'll start having the 8 cast on once I get the release of who they are and who's doing what, so we can start booking them. But our goal right now is to do 1 interview a month, pretty much, with somebody from the series. And then we are going to be bringing back our team streams hopefully soon. We might actually be doing a team stream with the producer from Resistance.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. That'd be fantastic. He's the director.
The director, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot coming down the road for content as far as like having guests on and stuff. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you go follow if you're not already following the YouTube channel, and stay tuned for the content over there.
All right, cool. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Yeah.